Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lisa and I produce beauty related content here on YouTube. I also have a blog madeupmom.com, which I will link down below. Today's video is, I'm gonna call it a review of the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation and Concealer, but I'm also gonna give this disclaimer right now because I know that there are gonna be some comments saying that they're disappointed that I didn't wear the foundation all day, but right now it is 8:05 p.m. I didn't plan on filming this video. I actually came upstairs to film a couple of other videos and I was doing my makeup and I was using this foundation and I thought I would just turn the camera on and talk about it and give a review of the product and a demo of the product because I have had a lot of requests to talk about this foundation on my channel. So like I said, this wasn't a planned, normally when I do foundation reviews, I put the foundation on earlier in the day. I wear it throughout the day, check in, film it after 3 or 4 hours and really show you guys how it stands up to the day. But because it is so late, I can't really do that today. So I'm just telling you that right now. If you want to see a video like that where I wear this foundation and then wear it all throughout the day and check in, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know in the comment section below. But like I said, I was filming my makeup, I was using this. I just thought I would turn the camera on and film it and talk about it. I have had this foundation for several months, so I do feel like I can give a pretty great review on it without, having to show you throughout the day how it wears because I already know that. But I still think it's nice to have those check-ins so that you guys can actually see it firsthand. But so the foundation retails for about $10. I got mine at my local grocery store, H-E-B here in Austin. It's the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. It is a medium to full coverage. I think it's pretty full coverage. It's lightweight, oil-free formula. It's sweat-proof and water-resistant. So I've had this for, I'm so terrible at gauging time, but definitely several months. And when I started using it, I absolutely loved it. It became quickly one of my favorite go-to foundations for several weeks. That was before it started getting really, really hot here in Texas. And I haven't really reached for it in the last month or 6 weeks because of that, because it is so hot. And I feel like, though it is sweat-proof, I feel like I do look in the mirror throughout the day and my skin is shiny and oily. And I think it might just be because this is a thicker consistency of foundation that it just, when it's 100 degrees outside, things get hot and they warm up. And so I haven't really reached for that. Before it was really hot, I was loving this foundation. It was wearing all day throughout. I wouldn't really feel the need to touch up much throughout the day. It didn't transfer. The coverage stayed really nice throughout the day. It was really, really great. So this is definitely a foundation that I'm going to reach for once it cools down a little bit more and I don't really mind the feeling of heavier foundation on my skin, because when it's this hot, I like stuff that's lighter weight on the skin. I don't like to put a lot of thick, heavy products on the skin, and in my opinion, this is a thicker, heavy product. So some foundations that I've been reaching for and loving lately are the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation, because that is a matte, long-wearing foundation and it's very lightweight. And then also the Hourglass liquid to powder foundation. I've been reaching for that a lot, which is a really nice foundation, but it's not one that I would necessarily think that I would like a whole lot because it does have a powder finish. It's very matte and I usually don't like that, but in the summertime I need that. So I've been reaching for those two a lot. Anyway, what else can I tell you about this foundation? Oh yes, it's a concealer and foundation in one. So for my makeup today, I didn't use any concealer. I just used the foundation under my eyes and it does a really great job of covering everything up. I don't feel the need for any more coverage. The only reason that I still use the concealer when I use this foundation is because I do like a lighter shade concealer under the eyes. I like that area to be a little brighter, a little lighter, so I don't like to use the same color that I use on as my foundation. But if you're in a pinch and you have to, or you're in a rush, then this works great because, like I said, I didn't put any concealer on today. So let's go ahead and get started with the demo. Yeah, and thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe before you leave. I think that's all I have for you guys. All right, let's get started. So this is a foundation plus concealer, so I didn't bring any concealer up here. I'm going to use this as my concealer. It has medium to full coverage. It's lightweight, oil-free formula. It's long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So I am using a Real Techniques sponge to apply this, and it's a pretty thick consistency. Kind of pump a little squirt onto your hand. It's very thick. Like you can see that it doesn't really slide or move. It's got a lot of weight to it. A little bit goes a long way. It has a lot of pigment in it. So you really don't need, I don't even feel like you need a full pump. It is very full coverage. Like I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, it just pretty much covers everything with just a little layer. I like to use a sponge like a Real Techniques or Beauty Blender to apply it, just like I do with all full coverage, thick, heavy foundations, because it, in my opinion, is the best way to apply a thicker consistency product. One, it absorbs the excess so you don't apply too much. And two, it just really presses it into the skin so you're not just kind of moving it around with the brush. It really just melds it into the skin and helps set it the most natural way possible for a full coverage foundation. I was using this a lot when I first bought it. I was using it a ton, but then it got hotter here in Austin and I noticed that it was a little too shiny on me throughout the day. So I haven't reached for this in about a month. The foundation that I've been using a lot lately in this heat is the Hourglass Liquid to Powder Foundation and the L'Oreal Matte Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Those two have been really great options for me because they are so matte and they're long wearing and they're lightweight. I think that's really the difference between those two and this foundation, is that they're lightweight. So it doesn't feel like a lot on my skin and it doesn't heat up and move because there's really not a lot of product on my face. Okay, so I just did about 3/4 of a pump and that did a really great job. I'm gonna add a little bit more under my eyes just because, again, I didn't use a concealer and I want a little more coverage there. I typically usually use a concealer with this though because I do like my concealer to be a little bit lighter than my foundation. So I don't like to use the same shade. And I like this sponge because I can just use the tip of it, or you can even use this flat part and go underneath it like that. This foundation is really pretty though. It has a very nice finish. I think it's looking a little more shiny than it normally would because of the moisturizer that I used, but it doesn't have like a flat, dry, matte finish, and it doesn't have a really glowy finish either. It has just a nice kind of satin glow from within finish. It's very pretty, very, very pretty. I'm gonna set this with powder because I'm feeling very shiny. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my brows. I'm gonna give this a try. So I got the color Ash Brown. I'm so excited to try this, you guys. I don't think I've ever seen a product except maybe the Milani eye paint, which I also picked up thanks to you guys. Not paint, the eye primer that was so highly raved about. Okay, so what I've been using for brows is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. Is that what it's called? It's this one here. Yes, Brow Definer. So it's a lot thicker, it's waxier than the Brow Wiz by her, but I don't have the Brow Wiz. I used to have it, but I think when I ran out of it, I've just been using the Brow Definer. So I like that it does have a spoolie on the end so you can comb your brows because I always have to comb my brows before I fill them in. So skinny. I haven't used anything this skinny in so long. Okay, I like it. It's having good payoff. I think I picked the right color. Yeah, it's nice, you guys. This is a pretty good dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. With these types of really skinny brow pencils, I like to have a really light hand. I just kind of like to sketch the brow and take my time a little bit more than I do with a thicker, more waxy pencil like the Brow Definer. If you press too hard, you can get a really harsh payoff. Your brows will just look too harsh. And also you can break the tip of these pencils because they are very, very skinny and fragile. After I draw or kind of fill my brows in, I always like to use a spoolie to brush over them just to soften everything and make it look a little more natural. I am getting a microblading done. I'm so excited about it. And I do plan to film it and talk about it on my channel. If you're not familiar with microblading, it's like the new, it's like the replacement, it's like the updated version of a brow tattoo. It basically makes your brows look really natural and full, almost like you fill them in with makeup, but it's like a tattoo, so it lasts. I think it lasts, depending on the person, but I think I've heard up to 2 years or longer. I'm excited to do that. My friend Maris, who's an amazing makeup artist, you guys, I'm going to link her website down below. I think she's one of the best wedding makeup artists in Austin. She just got trained and certified to do microblading, which is great because I think really great makeup artists, it's just a natural for them because really what you're doing is you're, drawing and shaping the eyebrow like you would with makeup. So she's gonna do mine. Yeah, this is nice. The only thing I don't like about these little pencils is that it just takes longer than I like to spend. But yeah, it's beautiful. Great color payoff. I think I picked the right color. It's really nice and soft. It goes on without much effort. I'm gonna fill them in with, or I'm gonna use a brow gel to kind of give them a little bit more texture. I really like this eye makeup, you guys. This is one of the new L'Oreal metallic eyeshadows, the real bronzy one. And then I used a little bit of shadows from the Persona palette by Sona. All right, let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back.
Okay, you guys, I totally goofed. When I'm here editing this video, I realized that I didn't actually film like the ending of the video. When I was completely done with all my makeup, I just started filming the intro of this video. So my apologies that this video ends so abruptly without a proper closing, but I did not get a chance to film the ending. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on my next video. Have a great week. Bye, guys.